there. Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on One, Nooidam inhabitants call on UNA management to treat them like human beings. Tukna accuses government of being in cahoots with the Zimbabwean government. Kahungu reflects on 6 months in office. And Namibia Gymnastics Federation in the spotlight yet again.
Residents of the small settlement at Newdam have, like their parents before them, called the farm their home. But that could soon change as their occupation has been deemed as illegal by the University of Namibia, UNAM. The incident of a mother of 4 being evicted at Nooidam last week caught the public's attention, with political organizations calling on the University of Namibia to resolve the issue in an amicable manner that will not leave the inhabitants homeless. Today on One visited the farm again over the weekend to talk to more residents. 71-year-old Christine Auses moved here with her father when she was a little girl. She too worked for the agricultural business all her life before retiring. The thought of being evicted brought her to tears, as both her parents and some of her children are buried on the land.
What UNAM is doing makes me very emotional, because I really don't know what we are going to do. This is giving me sleepless nights, and I cannot take this anymore. This treatment is inhumane. The other issue I also want to raise is that UNAM throws away perfectly good milk, meat and vegetables that we used to get for free from the government to supplement our diets. They are doing this while knowing that we are unemployed and sometimes go to bed hungry. My own mother died from stress, and it seems that it will likely also be my fate one day.
The story of Oasis resonates in the small community. Another resident, Eliasser Yacher, was born in the settlement and recalls being part of the first meeting between UNAM and the community, where they were given the option of relocating to a new location, but they preferred to be moved together with the remains of their forefathers.
In that meeting, they asked us if we are willing to leave this place. And we said yes, but they must open up the graves so that we can move with our ancestors. That was in 2008 when UNAM came here, and up to now we are still waiting. And now they want to get rid of us. What we are going through here is harsh and painful.
Yacher's uncle was buried outside the local cemetery in 2015 after the university allegedly refused to grant entry into the cemetery. The Landless Komanin Association says UNAM and the government have turned a blind eye to the well-being of its people.
They found these people here. They found these people's graves here. The great-grandparents of these people are buried here. These people do not have anywhere else to go. This is the only place they know as their home. To demolish people's houses, to put people in uncertainty, to people put with sleepless nights, day and night, not knowing where they go to. It's uncalled for. You know, we don't have to treat our people this way. And you know, I honestly do not know to whom we can rely on. The only person who can rely on is this government, and the government is doing this to its own people. This is shocking. The Landless Communal Association have been agitating for the land all along. We are calling on the government. You know, I don't want to go around ministries and, you know, councillors and all these things. The government of this country must intervene.
On social media recently, UNAM described the eviction story as fake news, stating that the old location, as it is called, is not supposed to be inhabited by anyone, and described those living there as illegal squatters. The statement further reads that the 3 buildings being demolished were vacant and unfit for human inhabitation, while one was a host to poachers of UNAM's oryx and other game. The university further noted that the buildings belonged to the state before UNAM took over the property. The Ministry of Higher Education, Training and Innovation, Ita Kanji Morangi, could not confirm how her ministry will respond to this matter as the line ministry, only noting that she will be ready to shed more light on the issue by Friday. As for the mother of 4, Gisela Afrikaner, she described the experience as traumatizing and has since been spending the nights at her neighbor's house, but will soon live in a shack near her demolished home. She pleads for assistance in any form from Samaritans.
The new All Seasons Moisture Body Lotion from Nivea Men. For 0% stickiness no matter how hot you are, and 100% moisture no matter how cool you are. Get deeply nourished, healthier looking skin. New Nivea Men All Seasons. 0% stickiness, 100% moisture. Nivea Men, it starts with you. Nivea Men All Seasons. Now available in a cream.
The Trade Union Congress of Namibia has accused the Namibian government of being in cahoots with the Zimbabwean authorities in terms of brutalizing its people. TUCNA Secretary General Mahongra Kavihuha made these remarks during a media engagement held at TUCNA's headquarters. He says the fact that the Namibian police intercepted a group of Zimbabwean protesters that were trying to air their concerns regarding the attacks in Zimbabwe is an indication that the Namibian government is in support of the brutality that is being inflicted on Zimbabwean citizens by law enforcement.
We further condemn the Namibian government refusal to allow local Zimbabwean permission to demonstrate peacefully at their embassy in Windhoek against this brutality against the citizens back home. We know that, I think that we have seen that in the media, that the Zimbabwean people wanted to have a demonstration where the Namibian authority have denied their rights to demonstrate. And we see that it is a clear testimony that the Namibian government is in cahoot with the Zimbabwean government in terms of brutalizing its members and abusing the citizen on that side.
I explained why this demonstration should not take place.
According to the Comas Regional Commander Joseph Shikongo, the demonstration request came at short notice and could not be authorized. He said an unusual amount of planned demonstrations took place simultaneously that day, which made it difficult for his officers to be present.
I explained this to these people that it was a short notice because every demonstration that is taking place, we have to condition it. Not necessarily because the right of demonstration is provided for in the Constitution. But then we need to condition the people, especially on their behaviors, not to carry firearms, not to carry anything. That's very clear. And I advise them further to go and rewrite another letter to us once they engage the Zimbabwean embassy. And that's where we end up. For us, the police, if these people are authorized, we don't have a problem for us to come up with a condition as provided before by the Office of the Inspector General, give it to the regional commander, we call them, they receive the letter, and then we escort them. We don't have a problem if we have to escort them to come and get the letter. People, they must not make commerce as an unruly area where they can just stand up and do whatever they want. That cannot be allowed. It's unacceptable.
Kavihuha asked that the Namibian government publicly distance itself from the Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front, which he says is claiming that the Zimbabwe Trade Congress Union is a terrorist movement. The ZTCU is a body that promotes and safeguards the economic, social and constitutional freedoms of workers by securing legal, political democratic and good governance framework in Zimbabwe through strengthening its capacity and independence and those of its affiliates.
Must not continue to harass us and think they should
Share with us on #LearnOn1. Tell us what you're learning and where you're learning it from. Send us your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Presenting her progress report for the work done since taking office for the last 6 months, Mayor of the city of Windhoek, Francina Kahungu, revealed that this far, her office was successful in the provision of water, electricity, sanitation, the formalization of informal areas, land delivery, and the promotion of informal trading, amongst other developments. Up to 48,233 structures were numbered in the areas of Khomasdal, Moses Garub, Samora Machel and Tobias Anyeko constituencies to be issued with certificates of recognition of occupation, and the construction of 1,200 affordable housing units is underway in the informal settlements of Onyika No. 2, Havana Proper, Freedom Land A and B, Greenwall Matongo D, and Gorenghab Dam Extension 4.
The informal settlement upgrading pilot for affordable housing between Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, Commerce Regional Council, Windhoek Municipality, and Namibia Housing Enterprises, National Housing Enterprises, this was launched. The launch was made in July, but the preparation started in June. That's why we thought, let us include just the launch in this report, because all preparations started in June. As a way of just informing us, contractors are appointed and they will be on site on the 6th of August. The beneficiaries also have been identified and are now in the process of signing sales agreements.
Havana Extension 1 and 3, Ochomwise Extension 6 and 7, Babylon One Nation, and Kaitani Settlement have all been electrified, and high-mast lights have been set up in the Tobias Anyeko, Moses Garweb, and Samora Machel constituencies.
The 25% of Havana Extension 1 and 3 electrification is completed, and the reminders are to be completed by 22 October 2020. 15% of Ochomwise Extension 6 and 7 electrification is also completed, and the new completion date is set for 21st October. If we go to both places there, you will see a lot of progress as of yesterday. We are happy to inform all that 56 houses in Babylon One Nation were connected, and these people are able to buy electricity. 80% of Kaitani settlement electrification is also complete, and all these are just sign off giving effective and efficient services to Windhoek inhabitants.
Additionally, 34 households at Ituyeni have been serviced with water and sewer connections, and plans are underway to provide communal toilets for 300 households.
One day we went to I think it's the opening of Oshakati Stadium. Then I was a lead singer there. Then this DJ Remind came to me and was like, "Hi, don't you want to be a solo artist?" I said, "What is solo?"
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Siambrama Kwampiri Perez Kapuka Pleasure Return from the Mighty Region.
Happy Friday, what's up? It's a Friday, happy Friday, what's up?
Dala is joining us in the hot seat.
She said it right. She said it right. She said it right.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you so much.
Hi to Holland, Namibia. Welcome to the tribe on One Africa TV. My name is Shay the Goddess, and I keep you company every Friday along with some of Namibia's biggest artists right here on this platform.
The Namibia Gymnastics Federation is yet in the limelight as for almost 10 years, in-house disputes and fighting have caused the negative growth in the sport, says Alna Similo, Vice Chairperson at the Namibia Sports Commission. During an update on the current state of the Namibia Gymnastics Federation by the Namibia Sports Commission, the Vice Chairperson at the Commission announced that the Federation will be placed under administration due to the Federation members having failed to solve issues within the organization, despite several attempts to solve them.
The Namibia Gymnastics Federation has, for several years, and is still being characterized by infighting and disputes that has halted the development and growth of athletes, and thus has negatively affected the entire gymnastic fraternity. The NSC and the NNOC, with the support of the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service, have made several attempts to resolve the disputes in an amicable way and in the interest of the Namibia gymnastics community, but all efforts seemed to have been in vain.
Reasons behind the decision are alleged mismanagement of funds and the misappropriate use of properties.
Our understanding is that one cannot proceed with the elective AGM if the same members who are nominated to serve on the executive are basically engaged in legal suits and so on. That needs to be dealt with and so on. What we have also learned is that we did not receive for the past 2-3 years financial reports from NGF. So we look into that. There was a preliminary assessment conducted by the new appointed treasurer, and it came out to the point that there is a great deal of misappropriation of resources, different accounts which are there, which are having different people signing and so on, and it's not followed to that. Then secondly, we also have learned that there's allegations that the different equipments has been circulating and changing hands among the members and so on without proper recording of that.
An interim board committee has been elected to run the affairs of the organization for 4 months and will assume duties from the 5th of August 2020. The committee consists of Eliphas Shipanga as chairman, Vivian Kachiongwa and Leslie Vermeulen.
Always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments, and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
In other leading stories, Namibia has seen an unprecedented spike in the number of new COVID-19 cases over the last 3 months, signaling that the worst economic effects of the pandemic are yet to come. This economic weakness is reflected in the F&B rental data. The F&B rental index posted a 12-month average growth of 0.3% year-on-year at the end of June 2020, after the short-lived growth momentum of 0.9% and 0.8% year-on-year seen in April and May 2020 respectively. This brought the national weighted average rent price to 7,022 Namibia dollars at the end of June from 7,404 in June last year. While the rental index growth of 0.3% may seem robust by annual comparison, recorded at minus 3.1% in June 2019, the national rent price is the lowest ever recorded in 5 years over the corresponding periods. This is reflective of the financial hardship and shifting housing preferences being imposed by the pandemic. The mounting economic consequences of the pandemic appear to force many households to seek more affordable housing options, while property owners are beginning to respond to these new realities by offering low prices in order to fill vacancies. In earnest, prices are responding much more rapidly in parts of the country most heavily impacted by COVID-19.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The Health Ministry revealed yesterday that it has received over 700 results from NIP and Parkcare laboratories yesterday. Out of these, a total of 64 samples tested positive for COVID-19. Wolfies Bay had 44, Swakopmund 5 and Windhoek 15. The Windhoek cases are reported from Koreagap, Okuriangaba, Holgota, Katutura, Soweto, Sederhof, Oshomuise, Ellisonheim, Banaheda, Greenwell, Kleine Cooper, Komastal and Eros. George said Windhoek should go into lockdown before cases spread to other parts of the country. Roda said placing the capital in a lockdown state will be difficult as there are commuters from neighboring Okahania. Sean wanted to know when mass testing will begin in Windhoek. Gerta said the minister's report is quite complicated. Linekela said the virus has already spread across the entire city. Bernard Hofiku, whose contract was terminated as the Presidential Special Advisor on Health Matters, has said that the high figures of positive COVID-19 cases in Walvis Bay could be attributed to poor preparation from the national leaders involved in the COVID-19 response. Simon said no matter how long it takes, the truth will always stand out and great leaders will stand by it. Dahala gave Hofiku a thumbs up. Roman said the former advisor was fired for telling the truth. Asser Paul said that some officials claim to have the Namibian people's health at heart and yet sack someone that was giving good advice and guidance. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
Win a share of 20,000 Namibian dollars. SMS the word VIBE to 10010 and stand a chance to win 2,000 Namibian dollars with the Ink Like a Vibe show. Watch the show on One Africa TV, channel 284 on DSTV and channel 90 on GoTV every Sunday at 1800 hours.
Accra to Antananarivo, there are millions of people just like you trying to make a living to make money. And there's no magic way to get rich quick, unless you're Aliko Dangote. You're not Aliko Dangote, are you? No? Well, perhaps we can help you get a little further along the way. With BBC reporters all over Africa, we find the stories, the successes, and the startups that will help you make the most of your money. This is Smart Money.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Cold to very cold conditions are expected in the south, central and eastern regions tomorrow, with frost at places. Cold air will extend to the northeast on Friday, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and cold in the south, elsewhere sunny and mild but hot in the north. The coast partly cloudy and cold to mild but warm in the south, with fog patches at places. The wind moderate southwesterly but fresh to strong easterly in the south.
World News, the biggest African and